Well, hello, and welcome to the second Berea Arts Fest art show. I'm Dan Karp. I'm the Artistic Director for the Berea Arts Fest, and...
I'm Rich Seiler, fixing my glasses. I'm the coordinator for the Berea Arts Fest. Welcome back.
Well, good. We're glad that you're here. Rich, tell us why anybody on Earth would come and tune into this show. What are we talking about on the art show?
We're talking about a lot of fun stuff today. Well, we're recapping a week's worth of featured artists.
All right.
We had a live performance that just happened yesterday.
Nice.
And we're going to share some of that with the audience. And later on, we're going to give away some artwork that were our raffle items.
That's great.
Yeah.
If you hadn't tuned in last week, I just want to recap that the Berea Arts Fest obviously is coming to you virtually this year, and we're calling it 30 days and the 30 ways you can celebrate our 30th anniversary of the Berea Arts Fest. So if you follow us on social media and YouTube, and you sign up for our daily email for the next at least till October 11th, we're going to share with you artists in all kinds of ways that you can participate in the Berea Arts Fest virtually this year. So join us in all of those ways, and we're going to bring every part of the Arts Fest to you the best way we can. So right off the bat, Rich, you mentioned that there was a pop-up performance. So tell us a little bit about pop-up performances and what happened this week.
Well, last week we had a young lady play piano down in the gazebo in Coe Lake. Today we had a gentleman named Rob Allen, who is an electric bass player. He brought his bass guitar out. We set up in front of the clock tower on Front Street in the Triangle.
Nice.
Took a switch off the lamppost and plugged right in. It was magic.
That is awesome. Did the city know we were doing this?
The city did know. They actually met me there to get some power. We didn't want any trouble.
It would be better if they didn't know. All right.
But it was great. And what Rob did was he, for those who know what looping is, he brought a whole electric board and is able to loop his music and then play over his music while he's playing. So he performed 2 songs, 1 cover and 1 original, and we can play a little part of that to show the audience.
So how many people were there? Did anybody know about this?
Oh yeah, there were a good 20 people around us on Front Street. It was a little after lunchtime, and what was even more exciting were the cars and the people who were casually walking who stopped. And we're like, what is going on here? You hear a bass in the middle of the day, you don't really know what's going on.
Who's rocking out?
Yeah. But it was a good time. Everyone enjoyed him, and we did too. And we were thankful that Rob helped us out. So
cool. Well, let's just show that right now. We are a high-tech production here, so I am going to cue it up here on the laptop and share that with you right now.
This is a song by Sonny Rollins called Oleo.
All right. Well, obviously we didn't show you the whole performance. Thank you, Rob, for that great performance. For those of you that missed it, make sure that you check out our YouTube channel. It's called 2020 Berea Arts Fest, where you can see the full performance, and you can see last week's performance, and you can see past episodes of this terrible show. And so all of that's on Berea Arts, or 2020 Berea Arts Fest, which is really great. So one of the things we wanted to talk about is like the pop-up performances. Are we going to continue to do those, Rich?
absolutely. You know when the next one is?
When is the next one?
I can't tell.
Where
you.
is? Oh, come on.
I can't tell you. They're pop-up performances. You're lucky to find one if you're wandering around Berea. So I would just tell you, next week, there's 7 days in the week. It's 24 hours in a day.
Very good,
If
Rich.
you just wander around for 24 hours a day for 7 days,
Okay.
you'll probably find us.
All right, so I'm smarter than this. So we had one in the gazebo. We had one at the clock tower. So next week, if I'm following this NCI type of thing, where is the next one going to be?
It will be in Berea
Okay.
at a location with a performer.
But I can always find it on the Berea Arts Fest 2020 Berea Arts Fest YouTube channel. So I'll check it out there and on our social media.
We're having fun with this, right? We want people to see the performances, but we're also trying to be professional, not have large crowds gathering. So if you're lucky to catch one, we're very excited for you. But you're never going to miss it because it's on our YouTube channel.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. Well, thank you, Rob, and thank you. I can't remember her name is now from last week.
Oh, Ava.
Ava. That's right, Ava,
yes.
from last week. So we have this great performers that are rallying around us during our virtual Arts Fest, and we're so glad they're part of the Berea Arts Fest family. Now, one of the other things that we're doing for 30 days is we're featuring 3 artists every day on BreaArtsFest.org, and we're showing their portfolio of their work, or a little description of who they are, and ways you can contact them, whether it's if they have a website or if they have studio contact information. And I really think it's a lot like visiting the live Arts Fest. You come down to Front Street and you stroll up and down Front Street from white tent to white tent, and you look at the arts, you check out the different stuff that they have, and then maybe you're going to find that wonderful treasure that you want to take home with you. You can still do that. Visit BreaArtsFest.org and you're going to see every day's artists that are featured on that. And this week we featured 3 every week. So who did we feature?
We featured a lot of people. There are 90 artists we're featuring.
Woohoo!
90. So you can do your own math again. You know how we're doing math. I'm counting in 24 hours in a day. 21 artists this week already. We're flying through. Holly Zewak, a great jeweler who gave us a piece we'll be showing you later. If you tuned in last week, you saw that ring. That was part of her collection. Yeah. We have artists like Jared Gepperth, who does ceramics. He's doing these fun little weird creatures and putting them in bowls and fusing them together and kind of mix-matching these little Frankenstein creatures. We have artists like Patrick Burke and his pottery. He's got some great wares. We have a lifetime artist in jewelry who is Barb Haplia. She has great fossilized pieces in her jewelry and her metal smithing. We use the word unique a lot, but these are truly creative, unique pieces. Sherry Yeskow with her paper cuts and her mixed media and vintage paper, and so many other artists. The best thing to do is go to our website, BreaArtsFest.org, and check out not only this past week's featured artists, but the first week. We are not even halfway through our artists yet, and there's so much great work to look at. And patronize them. Send them an email. Check out their website. Ask them questions. They would love to answer them for you.
So, again, one of the ways that you can do that is go to the website. But also, if you sign up for our mailing list every day, I think we're sending you an email that's going to show up early in the morning every day and give you a direct link to each of those artists that we're featuring for the day. So it's not even like you have to remind yourself. We're going to remind you to attend the Berea Arts Fest virtually every single day.
I get up at 4 a.m. to post these things for you.
He's lying. No, he doesn't do that at all. It's all automated. But but we're going to remind you of that every single day. So, yes, for 30 days, at least till October 11th, we're kind of partly into it already. We're going to email you every day. So if you give us our email address, yes, we're going to bother you because we're in the Arts Fest until October 11th. But then after that, we promise we're only going to use your email for periodic communications from the Arts Fest, mainly to ask for money. But we're going to share the joy of the Arts Fest with you. So we promise we're going to bother the heck out of you now through the middle of October, but after that, we'll respect our relationship with you. So one of the things that I talked about is, when I go to the Arts Fest and I go up and down Front Street, I always find something I want to take home with me right then. And I understand that today, some folks are going to go home with artwork. So what are we doing?
They sure are. We have 2 pieces that we showed last week quickly, that we're going to raffle off. If you caught us last week and heard that for a $10 donation, gets you one entry into our raffle. And we are giving away this great stone and wire wrap necklace and this great handbag today to two lucky patrons.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get back to that in a little bit. But right now, we wanted to talk a little bit. We tried in each show to talk a little bit about art and the Arts Fest and give you a greater insight to what it means to be an artist and what it means to be part of the Arts Fest. So today, we thought we'd share a little bit about, what's going on sometimes at the Arts Fest. We have over 200 volunteers every year that help bring the Arts Fest to life, and we love them. And everybody scurries around and is busy making sure that everything is set up right. And you might come as a guest. We have over 10,000 guests that visit us on that one day as part of the Arts Fest, which makes it very exciting. But the real reason why we do the Arts Fest is because we really believe in supporting artists and the arts in our community, and that we are growing appreciation of the arts with people all over our community. And sometimes, when we take a moment, we step back and we look, we really get to see that happening live right before us. And we have these really great moments that happen at the Arts Fest. And maybe you've been a part of it. The stories that we have that we love at the Arts Fest may involve you and maybe other people that you've heard of. And so I thought it would be a good idea for us to share a couple of those really great moments where we can see art growing in our community. And I don't know, Rich, do you have a story that you could share?
Oh, definitely. I love the stories of the Arts Fest. They hit you at any time of the day. They're shared to you with your friends or another artist that just kind of, give you this little bit of information. You're like, wow, that happened today? Right. And sometimes you're lucky enough to be right there when it happens. And we've talked about this many times. The Arts Fest is just a mixed group. We've got our new artists. We've got our veteran artists, and then we have our Kids Creation Station where they're young kids learning to be creative before they kind of make that professional leap. And that's where my story kind of begins. We have a raffle tent. That's where we get a lot of these great pieces that we raffle off to raise money for the Arts Fest. And attached to that raffle table is a wagon raffle. It's a wagon full of art supplies and books and all things creative. And they can be student grade to amateur to professional. It is a wagon full of multiple experiences for multiple families and multiple learning levels. That wagon has got to be worth $500-$600 or more
Easily.
and it's huge. I mean,
Right.
it's a little red wagon filled 2 feet in the air with supplies, saran wrapped around, and it's just larger than life. And you can't even see half the stuff that's in there till you open it up. I mean, we have a list that tells you, but my favorite story about that raffle area was a few years back that a young girl was so excited. She spent her own money on a few raffle tickets and put them in the jar. And that's the only raffle we do live because it's so big, and we hope that a guest is there to take it home with them so we don't have to haul it anymore. It's too big. And we do that at 5 o'clock, right when we're wrapping up, and we're all exhausted, and we're trying to get the Arts Fest cleaned up. And that particular year, we drew a name, we grabbed someone who was walking by, so it was kind of random, pick a ticket out of the tub and read the name, and wouldn't you know, it was that little girl standing there.
That's awesome, right?
Her face just lit up.
Yeah.
She was so excited. We got some great pictures of it. If you go back maybe 3 years on our Facebook page, you can see this little girl and a wagon that is bigger than her, and it was a great feeling because she really, really wanted it. And there were probably 400 or 500 tickets in that jug. The odds were not in her favor. But I was so excited when I saw her face light up, because it only takes a little spark like that to make a young person excited about the arts and make it fun and alive. And she'll be making artwork for the next 20 years.
And that's that. I remember when that happened. I wasn't right there when that was happening because it's at the end of the show and we're starting to tear it down and everything. There's a lot going on. And I'll tell you, when we heard, everybody kind of met this girl that was so excited about this. And when she won, then it kind of rippled through the Arts Fest volunteers. And we're like, oh my gosh, she won. Oh my gosh. And we were so excited for her. And there's two parts that I love about that. Number one is that this child who really was excited about being creative and was going to have all these tools to do that, got the tools that she needs. But then what I love is that being a parent myself, I know that we completely transformed that home with $600 worth of art supplies. There is not a place you can go in their home that is not creative, that doesn't have supplies. And we are sorry because it's probably destroyed by glitter and all kinds of other stuff. But there's something about that where I love that the arts have kind of taken over that home, and I think that is really kind of a cool story.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that.
If you're watching this, send us some of your creations.
Yeah,
some supplies. We'd love to see.
It's like 3 years ago, so she's probably well into her teenage years now.
Maybe.
Yeah, and so it'd be kind of cool to see, what she's doing now.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool.
That was my story.
Yeah.
You have a story?
I do, and I've told this story in the past, and mine's about.
Is it about me?
It is about you. Unfortunately, it doesn't end well. But no, it's not. It's so. We do all the arts. It's the Arts Fest, so it's not just fine art. It's performance. It's demonstrating artists. Mm-hmm. It's dance, it's vocal,
interactive.
It's all of those things, right? It's experimental art. It's all of those things. And one of the things that we love about the Arts Fest is we have an incredible schedule of performers. And this was many years back. Remember when the Arts Fest used to be over at Coe Lake? And we had that beautiful venue over the lake. So one year we had the Verb Ballet come to visit. And so it was their time to perform right in the middle of the Arts Fest. And, they're professional ballet people, dancers. I don't know what you call them. But they came and, they changed into their dance outfits in the swimming pool bathrooms. And they're used to a stage with a professional dance floor. And we gave them the blacktop street. So they didn't even have music. They brought a boombox to play their music. So it was their time to perform, and out they come. And they've chosen to do an honest-to-gosh traditional, I don't know what you call it, a movement or a piece from a traditional ballet. And there they are, right on the bend, right by Coe Lake there. And they're performing traditional ballet. And soon, within a couple of minutes, a couple hundred people have circled them in a big circle around them. They're watching them perform. And it is fantastic. And Rich and I and everybody else that volunteers for the Arts Fest, we're running around doing logistics and sweating and all this other stuff. And we very rarely take a moment to stop. But I stopped to watch them because they were new to the Arts Fest. And I'm watching this incredible ballet, and I'm standing next to a nice family. Mom and dad, a couple of kids. And they're watching this intently. The Verb Ballet completes their performance, rousing applause, and then off they go to the bathrooms of the swim house to change. And I'm listening to this family next to me, and the kids have started to dance around the parents, mimicking the ballet dancers. And, the mom and dad are asking the kids, so what did you think of that? And they're like, we loved it, we want to dance, and all that stuff. And I'm listening to the parents talk, and what I hear them say is, I guess I've never really seen the ballet before. And the kids were like, it's so cool, I want to see more. And as they strolled away from it, I could hear the dad say, well, I guess we're going to go to the ballet this fall. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, that's it. That's the Arts Fest. That is, we provide for people an art experience that maybe they haven't experienced before, and an appreciation that they didn't know that they already had. And here they are. They saw the ballet for the first time. And albeit, on the blacktop in Berea, and that's really cool. But they like, wow, it's not what I expected, or it's more than I expected, and now they want to make it part of their everyday life. Or at least they're going to go in the fall, and I like that's success. That is cool, and we see that all over the Arts Fest, and I hold on to that. That's my thing. That's why we do this, and I think it's so great.
It only takes that one moment, that one scenario, to get excited about something that was never on your radar before.
Yeah.
And those kind of moments happen at the Arts Fest, as you mentioned, in all those angles, from visual to performing arts, and everything around it.
Yeah, so when you're there, I understand that for a lot of us, and myself included, the Arts Fest is like going shopping, right? You're going to go up and down Front Street, and you're going to look for artists, and do I want to buy something? But know that also what's going on there is your growing appreciation for the arts. You may see something you didn't see before. You know what's going on behind the scenes? Booth after booth, we have younger artists that are still learning their craft and how to sell it, right next to veteran artists who are giving them advice on what to do. We have performers that have done gigs in big crowds and festivals like this all the time, right next to people that are performing for the first time or very young, and they are learning from the other folks on how to prepare and what to do. And I think that we're helping to grow the arts, the next generation of it. I think, there's more going on there than maybe some of us see, and that would be really, like, pay attention to that. That's really cool. And that's what makes the Arts Fest. And it's not just us. I mean, other Arts Fests do this too. But yes, the Arts Fest, we see it. We work hard to make those magical moments happen.
And those are the great stories we get to share with everyone.
Yeah. Wow, that was deep. All right. But guess what time it is now?
I know what time it is.
What, Rich? What time is it?
So, I don't know if you know this, but I spent an entire week watching reruns of The Price is Right just for tonight.
Well,
just for tonight. I have every game memorized with The Price is Right. I'm ready.
Last week,
I'm ready.
Last week, Rich was, we do a game segment where he plays for a viewer out there and sees if he can get them a prize. And last week, he barely made it through. Kind of did a crappy job at The Price is Right. So...
Is it Plinko? We playing Plinko.
No, this week. Whoops, let me turn this on. Again, high-end quality production. So, Rich, this week, you're going to play one of my favorite games, which is Minute to Win It. And
I thought it was Price is Right.
No, now I've changed my favorites. I'm very fickle. All right, so let me explain to you what we're going to play.
Okay.
So I have some props. We got to clear some area here, Rich. Clear some area. All right, enough with the music then. All right. Okay, let's clear some area. So my favorite game here in Minute to Win It is called the Tower Stack, or Power Tower. And all we have to do, this is so simple, and this fits Rich so well. Rich is the coordinator for the Arts Fest. He balances all of the demands of the Arts Fest, from finicky artists to temperamental performers to me. And he makes sure that everything is stitched together and comes together beautifully on that one day in the fall that is the Arts Fest. And, he has to balance, have a ton of plates spinning in the air all the time, and he does a great job at it. But let's test to see how good of a job he does. So in this Minute to Win It game, and I'm going to put my timer on for this, which is, let me find my timer here. Again, high-end quality performance here. Where are you at? Oops, that's not what I want. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do is, you're going to build a tower, and we're going to compete against each other.
Okay.
Whoever builds the tallest tower at the end of a minute, which means you could build it, it could fall, you could rebuild, you have 1 minute to build it. And whoever has the tallest tower after a minute is going to win. And the way you're going to do it is, you have to start with 1 cup on the bottom, with a, one cup on the bottom, with a plate, and then you're just going to keep stacking. You can put multiple cups on here, and a plate, cups, plate, and see how tall you can get it.
Okay.
And then at the end, whoever has the tallest tower after a minute is going to be the winner.
Okay.
Now, the difference is, Rich is going to play for one of you out there. I'm playing for the man, for the corporation that is Berea Arts Fest. And if I win, no one wins. And if Rich wins, somebody out there in the crowd wins, and the person that you are going to play for is right. Where is it? Where are you?
What are you looking for, man?
I'm looking for my winner, my person. Oh, okay. It is. He's going to play for Tim Knowlton, who is in Parma, Ohio. So, Tim, I'm very sorry out there. If Rich wins, you're going to win a fabulous $20 gift card to Cafe Aroma right here in beautiful Berea, Ohio on Bridge Street, who is a longtime supporter of the Berea Arts Fest. Thank you, Cafe Aroma. And so let's hope that he wins. So I'm going to set my timer here for 1 minute. Hold on, hold on. We have
the same amount of cups.
We have I'm sorry, yes, we have exactly the same amount of cups and the same amount of plates. And we're going to see if you can do it. I have
Did you put any bubble gum on yours?
Mine is exactly the same as yours here. In fact, I'll start like this. And in a minute, we're going to stack it up and see who has it at a minute. Are you ready?
All right. Let's do this.
All right. You ready? On your marks, get set, go. So we got to stack cups and plates. And we're at 9 seconds already.
It looks easier than it is. This is like plastic and foam.
You may win because I've had a little too much wine. All right. All right, we're doing good now. All right.
I feel like these are so lightweight they could blow over.
Well, I don't have any breeze down here, and it's the basement, for heaven's sakes. Whoa, okay. You know, if you knock mine over, I'm going to be really pissed. All right, that's right. Stay away from my car. We're at 48 seconds, Rich. Uh-oh, Tim, it's not looking good for you. Not looking good for you. It looks like the evil corporation of the Berea Arts Fest is got away.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Tim, I'm coming back for you, buddy. I'm coming back.
Uh-oh, shoot.
Where's it? Yeah.
Uh-oh, shoot. Uh-oh. Oh, and we're done. Hold on. Rich looks like he pulled it out at the end with a big tower there. Congratulations, Tim. You are going to receive a $20 gift card from Cafe Aroma right here in beautiful Berea, Ohio.
We should let Tim know I like to have mochas, so if he wants to take me out with him.
There you go. All right. All right, cool. Well, let's get that. All right. Cool.
I totally redeemed myself, Dan.
Nice job. Well, you know, I would expect nothing less because Rich is the amazing balancer of everything at the Berea Arts Fest, and he does a good job. All right, Rich, what's up next? It's time to improve the quality of this show a little bit.
Let's improve the quality of this show because it's not as entertaining as you think it is.
Believe me, I don't think it's entertaining at all.
I think we should give away some artwork.
That would be an awesome idea. We talked about it earlier, so let's raffle off some artwork.
You know how we're going to pick these winners, Dan?
I do.
We have gracious donors who've donated at least $10 per ticket online. Go to our donations tab. And they're entered into this hat right here. We're going to pull them out right now for you. And if you want to get involved with next week's raffle, go to our donations tab at BreaArtsFest.org. Drop $10 for one ticket, $20 for two, so on and so forth on $10 increments, and you could win one of these great prizes.
All right, cool. So let's start off. What's the first piece that we're going to give away tonight?
We're going to do the stone and wire wrap necklace made by the Lake Jewelry. The artist is Christmas Mensa. We're going to give that one away first.
All righty. So here inside this magical red hat are all the people that have donated in the last week to the Berea Arts Fest. Thank you so much. Donations to the Berea Arts Fest make sure that we return to Front Street in 2021. Help us get back to 2021. Help the whole world get back to there. All right.
All right. We're all in there? Don't look. Right? I'm not looking. A lot of paper in here.
I know. That's good. We have a lot of donors. Join the donors.
All right. Oh.
Who's our winner?
Did you knock that over?
No.
Shirley Kowalczyk.
Kowalczyk?
Kowalczyk.
Let me see that.
I can't read the handwriting.
All right, Shirley
It's called
Kowalski.
Kowalski. Sorry.
Shirley Kowalski. All right, very good. Shirley, congratulations. And we will be in contact to deliver that necklace. And the reason why we know that is because you donated and we have all your information. Awesome. All right, let's give away another piece.
All right, we're going to do the piece by Lynn Patricia Designs.
That is really cool. The bag.
Mm-hmm. Handbag with a little secret pocket inside and outside.
All right.
All right.
Here's another thing. Picking the magic hat.
Keep them in there.
I am.
They're jumping out. All right.
All right.
Oh, this was a little better handwriting. Dr. Brian Britt.
Dr. Brian Britt, we all know who that is. Well, congratulations. Dr. Britt is a dentist right here in Berea, Ohio, and he has been a longtime supporter of the Berea Arts Fest. We're so excited that you won, and we know exactly where you're at, so we can get you your prize very soon. Well, congratulations. It was Shirley and Brian. And thank you so much for donating to the Berea Arts Fest. You, too, can win something from the Berea Arts Fest by donating $10 this next week to the Arts Fest. For every $10 you donate, you get another entry to win. So donate a lot, donate often type of a thing. All right. What else do we have left after this?
We can talk about our kids' creation projects.
We have a couple of announcements, other ways that you can get involved in the Berea Arts Fest right now. So we have performances going on. We have artists. You can donate and win artwork. And now you can also do a kid craft.
Do you have kids? Do you have annoying neighbor kids that are bothering you?
Yes.
Well, give them a project.
Excellent.
We have made 2 videos. They're already up. We talked about them last week on 2 projects that we're giving away free to all of our supporters. If you go to Cafe Aroma or Mootown Creamery, both right here in Berea,
Yep.
you can get a stocked bag that has a kaleidoscope project and or a clip art gallery project in it. And the supplies are in there. And if the kids watch our video on our YouTube channel, it'll be an instructional video on how to make those projects.
That is so cool. So all you have to do is go into Cafe Aroma, which is right on Bridge Street in Berea, or Mootown Creamery, which is right on Bagley Road, near Mark's, in the shopping strip right there. And both of them have bins in that have the packaged stuff like Rich said. And here's the key. It's completely free. So just stop in, pick up a kit, and we're glad to give them to you because, once again, we want you to be creative at home. Get those kiddos of yours involved in a creative activity.
And if the kids finish the projects, they can take a photograph and post it on our social media, right?
We would love that. So show us the final kid creation crafts on our social media. Of course, we'll like them. We'll share them with other folks. And we can't wait to see how creative the kids are and see how they turn out. So do share them with us when you're done. That'll be really cool.
Yeah. These projects are only for kids. I want to do
know.
a project. Is there anything for adults?
Yes, there is. I understand that for adults, we have a whole nother project that you get to do, and that is a adult water class, a Zoom watercolor.
Watercolor, not water aerobics. Yes.
All right, I'm going to have another drink.
We're going to have in the next couple of weeks, a watercolor painting class with Nancy Notariani, and she's going to give us step-by-step instructions on how to paint with watercolors.
Nice.
And it's a special medium, and we've all probably used paints, oil, acrylic, but watercolor's got its own little, zigs and zags. So if you're interested, get your friends, go on our donations tab, and we have 2 drop downs. One's for with supplies and one's for without supplies. And sign up. And you can do this all from the privacy of your home. You can have a glass of wine, you can have a glass of beer, you can have a can of Pepsi or Coke, and paint with your friends all from the privacy of your house.
That is great. So as Rich mentioned, if you just go to the Berea Arts Fest donation page, you'll be able to sign up for the watercolor class in the drop down. You can give a donation, of course, but also in that drop down is the watercolor class with supplies and without supplies. If you need supplies, then select that one, and then we will send you a notification on where to go pick up the supplies, which you're going to be going to Nancy's studio, which is right here in Berea. She'll have all the supplies you need. If you don't need supplies because you already have watercolor set or something, all you need is a basic watercolor set, and you can select no supplies. And this event will happen in the last 2 weeks of the Berea Arts Fest 30 Days, 30 Ways Festival. And we're looking forward to having everybody join us on that. It'll be really fun.
It'll be a great time.
Yeah, which is great. Well, Rich, I think that brings us to the end of our second show
No, I don't want to. No, we can't be
Hey,
over.
I got one last thing to do. What are we going to raffle off next week? We didn't tell.
We didn't talk about that. So we have another great piece of jewelry. It's this little ring, cast in silver, little daisies by Holly Zewalk.
Oh, Holly, we know Holly. She's been part of the Arts Fest for a while.
A long time, and even longer, probably since day one, was her mother and father. This is a print from her mother, Jerry, who's no longer with us, but with us in spirit. It's a print of one of her paintings of a nest and some eggs. Very beautiful. We'll be giving these two pieces away next week for our raffle.
That is really sweet.
From the Zewoks.
Thank you so much, Holly, for those. That is great. So here we are at the end of the show, and I want to thank you again for tuning in. We hope that you had some fun and there was some value to this somewhere. And please participate in the Arts Fest activities. And if you have the opportunity, donate to the Arts Fest. We really, really appreciate it. So thanks a lot and good night.
Subscribe to our website, and we'll annoy you daily.
Yeah.
At least for 30 days.
That's great. All right. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks.